The following LP is rated TVMA LSV for language, sexual situations, and violence. But if you guys don't like that kind of shit, and you don't like watching, oh, my kids can't watch this, or my mom and dad says I can't watch MA stuff, well, then get off this damn channel, especially these LPs. Because honestly, I'm going to be very frank with you little fucks out there. I game rage. We all do. Deal with it. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the content. Oh, by the way, for my lawyers, and for the sake of the channel, viewer discretion is advised. Enjoy. What's going on, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here on the channel, as we're back here on ESGNet LP with the state of the GM here in WWE 2K22 MyGM here on the channel, as we're just finishing up our first pay-per-view. And of course, I did not win it, as Jacob won the first pay-per-view. I'm really getting frustrated now with him winning these matchups here. But hopefully this new game plan that I have will come up. Now, we're going to be starting using our power cards against each other. So we already did that in the previous episode where I stopped him from using his champions. And I got some ideas for some other angles that we're going to have at some point here. Now, this particular episodes like this will happen after every pay-per-view from now on throughout these this series. But there you see Sheamus. He's currently on a two match winning streak here, 3-1. He's the current, of course, WWE champion, as he just defeated Finn Balor at WrestleMania Backlash in that Hell in a Cell match there, which was 4.5 stars. And the guys did a very good job there. And of course, we're not releasing him or anything like that. But Sheamus, at least what I've been told backstage, he's ready for a new challenger. He wants to move on from Finn Balor. He's not going to give Finn Balor another shot at the WWE Championship. And of course, Finn Balor's told that he's now going to have to go back to the end of the line and get his way, find his way back to in the limelight and back in the spotlight there for the WWE Championship. There you see Finn Balor, three loss match record there for him, as he's currently 0-3. And Balor says he knows he needs to do being good. That match that he had against Sheamus for the title threw him off, and ever since then he's kind of been not himself. And he says that he and the Balor Club need to get back together again and figure out what they need to do to get him back in that good graces of putting that title back around his waist. Another guy that's looking for a chance to do something here in the WWE, of course, talking about Robert Roode, as he's 3-1 right now. He has a 2-match winning streak, and of course he just finished off a rivalry with him and Damian Priest. And Robert Roode believes he is the next person. All these guys think they're the next person in line. Want to be the face of the brand, and of course, be the person that quote unquote runs the show. And Robert Roode is one of those guys, and we'll see if Robert can do that here. We'll see. And of course, he just says he's ready for any next challenge that's brought upon him, and he says if he can, if he's got the opportunity to be the next person in line to face Sheamus, then so be it. But a man that I would think otherwise here would probably be Damian Priest. He's 2-3 right now. He's on a 2-loss match losing streak here. As you see there, nice star power there from him, and of course his specialty there in tables matches there. And of course, Damian Priest, he's you think he's like, oh man, he's one of those up and comer wrestlers, but he's been wrestling for quite some time now. I've been saying this quite often. He's 41, 42 years of age. He's been wrestling for quite some time, and at least here in the WWE, he's considered a rookie. But of course, he wants to be, obviously in the next be in line for the title. Now, a guy that definitely says he's next in line for the title, and that is this man right here, Drew McIntyre. He's on a 2-0 right now, currently in a battle here with Buddy Murphy, as Murphy, of course, lost to Drew at the pay-per-view. That, of course, was our one of our early opening matches there. Drew, of course, would love to get his hands on the title, but of course his close friend Sheamus has it. And talking to Drew since the pay-per-view, he says, hey, regardless who the champion is, I'm friends with both guys. He says, but I'm not going to take it. Hopefully they won't take it personally when I come after him for that gold title, that belt, that strap. So we'll see if that'll be the case. And of course, a newcomer here in WWE. He's formerly NXT guy, now here on the main roster. Tony D'Angelo. He's had some problems here, as he's been in 2 matches as of late. He's on lost both of those matches now against, of course, Jay Lethal, who's been teaching this young man a lesson here. And Tony D'Angelo says at some point here, he believes he is the dawn of Monday Night Raw. Jay Lethal's luck's gonna run out of here very quickly, and we'll see if that'll be the case. Bianca Belair, of course, there you see, former WWE Women's Champion, lost. And now since then she's lost 3 matches in a row, but she lost her Raw Women's Championship against a rookie superstar coming from NXT now to Monday Night Raw, and that is Raquel Gonzalez, who is the current Raw Women's Champion. Of course, Bianca Belair says she wants to have a title match here, and I think we're going to end up giving that chance, the opportunity to her. Of course, Mia Yim, says that Bianca does not deserve to be champion whatsoever. She don't believe she should have been champion then, and she definitely believes she should be the next person in line for the championship. Bianca says otherwise. Bianca says she was kind of, unfairly taken out of that matchup because of Mia Yim, and so those two have been squabbling back and forth. Humberto Carrillo. There you see him, young man. 2 matches so far here on Raw. He's won both of them, and right now he's in a little bit of a pickle right now with Braun Strowman. As you see the class there, he's a cruiserweight, and of course, obviously Braun Strowman, a giant, and those two have been going at it. I believe they'll have a match here on Monday Night Raw coming up here in this next episode. Mia Yim, like I mentioned before, 2-0. And she believes she's on a hot track right now. She believes that she should get a shot at the rookie. She even, I don't know if she was joking about this, but she even jokingly said, backstage, I overheard a conversation between her and Raquel, saying that, I put you in this position, I got you here, and now you need to, help me out and give me a title shot there. Here very soon. So Mia Yim kind of I guess in some ways trying to set herself up to be the next champion. Braun Strowman 0-3 right now. He's on a 3-match losing streak here. He's he's had a couple of appearances on Raw, but of course he got beat, I believe, by Humberto there in that opening match there for that pay-per-view, and of course he is very frustrated. This is a man that you don't want to piss off, and we'll see what he can do coming up on Monday Night Raw here. Raquel Gonzalez, like I said, they made her debut there on Raw here, and of course won the match and became the new Raw Women's Champion. And she has been holding it pretty well here. That's the only match she's had so far. She hasn't really she has not made her first defensive title yet, but of course. She does have some problems right now with Ember Moon. There you see Buddy Murphy. He recently just made his first match against, of course, Drew McIntyre at the pay-per-view. He's 0-1 right now, and we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see a lot more of this gentleman, since he's the best kept secret on the roster. Ember Moon has not yet made a debut quite yet, but the issues between her and Raquel Gonzalez. Ember Moon says that, whoa, hold up. You just got here, and you're already getting a title shot. And I've been here for how long, and I haven't even been considered for a title shot. So Ember Moon, rightfully so, she has the right to be upset about it and whatnot. I don't blame her. And we'll see how that's going to go. I believe they'll have a matchup here coming up on Monday Night Raw. Jay Lethal, of course, the veteran there, longtime statesman of the Ring of Honor, came through the Forbidden Door and has now won 2 matches here in WWE. And both those matches off of Tony D'Angelo. And we'll see how Jay Lethal is going to be, he's been so far well received here in the WWE, but not according to Tony D'Angelo. He believes that he can take out the old man and do what he wants. Now, there you see some of the free agents there: Brock Lesnar, Andrade, of course, Warlow, and of course, we got some other names there: Jacob Fatu. And of course, we got a lot of some jobbers there that we can actually pick up here. Now, for Monday Night Raw, I don't know if we're going to pick up anybody right now. I think I'm kind of comfortable with the roster that we have. But, anything can happen. Things can change. But if we do go after somebody, we'll probably go after like a guy like Trident or the Red Flame. Just try to get some other talent on here to help us out. Of course, we do have that. At least I still have that power card where we can pick up a veteran. So we can pick up somebody like The Rock or Ric Flair or Jake the Snake Roberts or Umaga or anybody else there that we see here. I've been thinking about using that card and maybe having JBL make an appearance there on Monday Night Raw to kind of help boost the popularity and the boost up the ratings and stuff. So but yeah, that's pretty much the Raw side of things. Now we'll take a look here at SmackDown real quick. SmackDown, there you see Asuka 2-1 for the year so far in the GM mode. Has a 2-match winning streak here. She recently just defeated Shayna Baszler for that SmackDown Women's Championship, as she is champion. Of course, Shayna Baszler started off with that title as we started this series. Now Asuka has the championship here, and of course, I'm sure these two women are going to run it back here at some point here, as Shayna has said that she is going to use her rematch clause and face Asuka. Now, I don't know if it's going to be at this next episode of SmackDown, but she says she is going to, she is requesting a rematch very, very soon. As for Escobar here, you see he picked up a nice win, and that's not more importantly a nice contract there, so he gets to be the next person in line to use the contract on the current Universal Champion or the future Universal Champion, depending on who is going to win that matchup between Cesaro and Solo. 3-1, or I should say 1-3 there for Escobar, and of course he picked up a nice win there against Keith Lee in that TLC match, just at the main event there of the SmackDown portion of WrestleMania Backlash. So Santos, I guess you can say he proved, to us that Keith Lee is not what Keith Lee makes himself out to be. I would have to disagree with that. Keith Lee is, he definitely showed what he could do. He just, unfortunately, came up short at that pay-per-view. As for John Morrison, he's had a problem with Timothy Thatcher to the point now he does not want to be bothered by Thatcher, and he says that he is trying to get himself back onto the winning track here. He says he wants to find somebody he can beat up on here soon, and we'll see who he's going to be facing off maybe here at the next show there on SmackDown. Keith Lee, of course, 3-1. He recently lost to Escobar there, like we mentioned, and of course now he has to go back and figure out what he can do to get back in that in the good graces there of the SmackDown GM and try to get back on that winning track. Of course, Drew Gulak, a despicable human being that he is. He actually, I wouldn't agree that he showed that the young man Odyssey Jones is not ready to be on this roster, but he did expose some stuff about Odyssey Jones, some things that Odyssey Jones may need to have to worry about working on in the near future. But he did pick up a win there against Odyssey. So there you see Cesaro. Now this man is despicable. Talking about, we bought into what he was saying, the passion that he's had going to that matchup, winning the title that he's been waiting for, finally grabbing that brass ring and becoming champion. Now he's only been in one match. He lost, of all things, and he now does not want to give Solo an opportunity to fight for that championship. He has been ducking and dodging him. Of course, last week I used my power card to have him avoid there, but that was on my part. I didn't want him to be in a match, in any title match, because I thought, we could hopefully potentially beat them in the ratings, which that backfired. And there you see Shayna Baszler, 1-1. She just recently lost her SmackDown Championship there on the SmackDown before WrestleMania Backlash. And of course, a man that has a legitimate argument for himself to be probably the next person in line here is Timothy Thatcher. He's been doing very well in matches. I believe he's 1-0 in tag team matches and 3-0 in singles matches. There you see he is currently 4-0. And he definitely has an argument for himself here, as he has not been defeated yet in the WWE, as he has a nice, perfect record right now. Nia Jax, there you see 0-2. She's been having trouble here with Sasuke. Of course, Sasuke has now earned her shot at facing Asuka at some point here near the future. And those two, of course, that rivalry between Sasuke and Nia Jax is not over yet. Of course, you see Sasuke there, her number's 2-0. But Odyssey Jones, before that, like I said, he's been having a tough time here. He's going through those growing pains as a rookie here on SmackDown, and he's going to have to deal with that, especially here in the, he's going to have those, this is the land of opportunity here on SmackDown, and he's going to have a lot of opportunities here to do something here, especially with his abilities he has in the ring. I'm sure that we'll see more of him, and I'm sure if we see more of him, I'm sure we'll hear more about it from Drew Gulak, how that's unfair. And Austin Theory, we just recently Jacob just picked him up recently here. I believe he's going to make a debut on SmackDown. I could be wrong, but Austin Theory, of course, part of The Way with him, Johnny Gargano, and his wife. They are going to make some point here. I think they're supposed to be making their debut here on SmackDown. Becky Lynch, of course, we have not seen her yet. She has not made her debut yet, but her name's been called out, as she's been called out by Lacey Evans. And Lacey Evans, of course, had a self-promo there at the pay-per-view, and she kind of mentioned Becky, kind of by name, but not necessarily, not straight out, right in front of her or anything. Speaking of Lacey Evans, there you see 0-1 so far. She's only had one match so far here on SmackDown. And like I said, she kind of mentioned Becky's name. I don't know why, but if I was her, I would leave Becky Lynch alone, as I'm sure Becky would like to get back the championship that she definitely craves for. And of course, Solo, there you see, hasn't been in a match just yet, but he's looking for his first match, at least get his hands on Cesaro at some point here, as there you see his 2-star power there, class of a fighter, and of course would love to get in a match at some point here. He has called Cesaro out, but Cesaro, for whatever reason, does not want to deal with him. And of course, we got a young man by the name of Jive Owens, newest superstar here that we just picked up, part of our superstar initiative, and we recently picked him up out of the free agency pool. There you see some of them, same ones that we've seen for when we're talking about Raw. Of course, same free agency pool same free agency pool that we see on Raw. Of course, every week these change and whatnot. Same thing with the legends here. So we're gonna be in St. Louis, Missouri for this next pay-per-view here, and we'll see what we can do with the shows there. SmackDown, Raw and SmackDown both are gonna be in St. Louis, and like I said, the best man is gonna try to put on the best show here, and we'll see who that is. Hopefully, it will be me, because we really need it here for Raw. We need a surge of some superstar here, and I think we might end up having to use that legend card here to get things going here for us, because right now we get so close, but yet we end up taking like 10 steps back. So we definitely gonna have to change that and try to get better at just booking matches there. So we're both lacking in some areas in the booking, and at the same time we're kind of strong in some opposite things in this game. So we'll try to see if we can turn things around coming up in the next episode, which will be episode number 7. Of course, obviously Raw will be first, and we may change up the format of it. I'm thinking I might just show maybe one match, maybe 2 matches. I don't know. We'll change it up here from time to time. I'm not gonna show the whole card. We may just show a couple of the matches from the card, and whatever particular match we're trying to show or want to showcase. So we'll change that up here as we go along. And of course, now we're gonna use the power cards. Gloves are coming off now. It's time to play the game, as Triple H would say, and try to see what we can do to each other by sabotaging each other. So again, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more here on the channel of this series here of WWE 2K22 MyGM mode, and this is the first episode, State of the GM, or State of the GMs, I should say. But if you guys did enjoy today's episode, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Hit that bell notification so you guys be notified of this series or any other series here on the channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. The links are down below in the description. Check us out too, also on Twitch, as we do live stream on Twitch on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights from 10 p.m. Central to midnight, and then we also live stream on Friday afternoons at 1 p.m. Central until about 4. So always good times over there, having a lot of fun, and just a lighthearted time, just having fun over there. It's been a lot of fun doing live streams there. So, but that's it for me. As always, keep yourself healthy, and I will see you guys next time.